And tonight, from the Intel Esports Arena, it is time for another North American match day. My name is Trace Dennis-Saranthus, and I've got a crew of wildlings behind me, ready to bring you some of that action. And with that, we've got the hot match of the week in Cloud9 and Energy. Let's go ahead and dive into that one right now.
Welcome to the Game Flip pre-show.
Be a boss, buy and sell on GameFlip.com. That's right, that's where you should head over to. And of course, it is time to introduce you here to the Xfinity Analyst Desk for the North American component of the ESL Pro League. To my right, of course, I have Jason Moses O'Toole and Harry. And of course, guys, did you have a good weekend?
I did have a good weekend, Trace. I was in Greece. I was in Athens. I had a really nice time, actually. Did some exploring. The ancient, the temples and all that good stuff, the Parthenon.
I didn't look at any temples, but I too had a fantastic weekend, you know. So sometimes, you know, you can have it a little closer to home, Jason, and still have a good time.
Can you, though? Can you really?
Give or take a few miles, of course. Well, Harry, I'm sure you had a lot of carrots this weekend. We're going to go ahead and get to that a little bit later. But now to bring in the analytical crew here that will be breaking down the matches all night and perhaps all week. Hell, I might even say the whole season right there with that, guys. Let's go ahead and introduce Vendetta and Pimp. Did you have a good weekend now? It's on my mind. I'm curious.
I mean, I've had a pretty good weekend. Did absolutely nothing of value at all. So to me, that's time well spent a lot of the time.
Okay.
That's you know, catch your breath, that kind of thing.
Fair enough. Yeah. Pimp, how are you feeling, man?
Kind of echo that sentiment as well. You know, had some time off for the first time in a while, so enjoyed the weekend and recharged for this week of Pro League.
There it is. This week of Pro League. Kicking off with tonight, let's take a look at the schedule that we have in front of us. My goodness, would you believe it? Liquid versus Luminosity, followed by the hot match of the week in Energy and Cloud9. Yeah. Talk to me about these matchups, guys.
I mean, obviously, it's two really solid matchups to start things off. Liquid versus Luminosity should be pretty good. Actually, we have four teams that I think both of us would have expected to be in the top six, more or less. Which should make for pretty competitive games. Really interested to see how Luminosity and Liquid can do for themselves. Had a bit of a rough go in the iBuyPower tournament they played last weekend. But outside of that, you know, pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, we're going to see the top three teams playing today. Both Liquid, Luminosity, and Energy are currently sitting in the top three as we see the standings right now. And especially worth to notice is the fact that Energy and Liquid are both undefeated this season thus far. Yep. And that's pretty impressive. And I don't think neither of us expected Energy to be showing off this strong thus far in the season. That's going to be interesting today, now that they go up against a very competitive team.
Definitely so, and obviously Cloud9, the one team you didn't mention there because they aren't in the top three or top four or top six for that matter. Had a bit of a rougher start to the season to get things going, but this is the time you know in the season where we would expect them to kind of get back on the horse and yeah, just plow their way up into a top six spot.
The top six is a coveted spot to be in. Of course, you want to be up there specifically now and throughout the duration of the season, but more importantly towards the end of the season. Yeah. You don't want to be the guy hitting it at that fringe, you know, right there in the middle of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, depending on who wins, who loses, what maps, this and that. Our first matchup, though, guys, Liquid and Luminosity.
I mean, Liquid being probably better than ever. I think this is a storyline we've been talking about a lot as of lately. But they have been playing some phenomenal Counter-Strike, especially ever since they brought in Netfly. Some would say that we didn't expect it because it sometimes takes time to mesh in a new player, especially when you consider the fact that they did remove the AVP player and brought in a Rifle instead and then had to turn Nitro into an AVP player. But it seems like they meshed well together pretty much straight away and ended up winning the CS Summit tournament after only a week together. So this Team Liquid lineup is playing the best Counter-Strike we probably have ever seen them play, at least consistently wise. They're also now ranked top 4 in the entire world. Don't think they've ever been up there before. May have a snatched it after the Cologne major final thing, which was sort of like a fluke, to be honest with you. Yep. But this time around, it doesn't seem like a fluke anymore. It seems like Liquid is here to play and is here to establish themselves as one of the very best teams in the entire world.
Yeah, honestly.
One of two teams from North America in the top 4 or 5.
You like saying that. You like saying that.
It just rolls off the tongue so well. Almost as weird as me saying freaky asked questions. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to sit down with Liquid and see what they had to say to these questions.
Who's the last to go home when you're out partying?
Ooh.
I think that's Josh, 100%.
It's definitely Josh.
Yeah, it's Josh.
Josh or Zeus, I don't know. They go back at like around the same time, but yeah, I think they party the most.
Who is the best looking and why?
Russ?
Me?
Yeah.
Why me?
You've been getting some girls lately.
Sure.
Who would you under no circumstance let babysit your children? I'd probably pick Russ.
What? How could you just assume this?
You're the youngest. You have no experience babysitting
Okay, but
a
I'm
child.
mature.
But you never babysit a child.
Doesn't mean I can't.
Josh is the oldest, so he can be a dad. Nick has 5 dogs. That's babysitting. I have 2 dogs.
I also have 2 dogs. Maybe Steve. I hate to throw him under the bus.
Steve, if you can pick managers, Steve.
Who's the most angry one on the team? We're kind of all upset when we lose.
Yeah, I don't know. We're all really similar, like personality types. Who has the worst habit and what is it? Okay, that's 100% a tie between me and Nick for biting our nails. I think that's the worst habit, and we both have it, and it sucks.
If your team was an animal, which animal would it be and why?
Okay, so you can either go horse here, or you can go with dogs. Which one do you think? Because dogs, because of Nick, and I think Nick's dogs are the face of the team. Nick has like 5 dogs. There's so many dogs. But we also are Team Liquid with the horse logo. What do you think?
I think horse.
I think we have to go with horse. It's our mascot. Who talks the most with his mom?
Yeah, it's most likely me.
Russ talks the most with his mom. Pretty sure.
Definitely me.
I live with my mom too, but I don't really talk to her like every day. Actually, I do talk to her every day, but I'm pretty sure you talk more.
Yeah, I talk about it every day.
Who uses most time styling his hair? That's also Russ. At least 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Who will survive the longest on a deserted island and why?
Maybe Nick.
Why?
Life experience. He's done a lot.
Josh is older.
Hate the throne, but Nick's married. He takes care of animals.
This has to do with a deserted island.
He knows how to live. I don't know.
You can marry on an island.
Hey, we can go with Josh. Zeus is the oldest. Maybe Zeus?
Maybe Zeus. He's the
Zeus
oldest,
is the
so
veteran.
he'll figure it out. That's my answer.
I really like freaky ass questions. I also liked Elite.
Well, that was not OJ Borg. That was a ghost of OJ Borg. He's not actually here. Unfortunately, love that guy. He's a pretty decent dude. What do you think?
He's all right. He's average. Maybe above average, actually.
He's got something about energy. He just pulls it out of anywhere. I don't know where he gets it. The guy's spastic, I think, is the appropriate terminology. Either way, but it's okay. It's okay. Everybody calm down. Everybody relax. It's a good thing. He's a very motivational guy to be around. Let's put it that way. Almost as motivational as Liquid winning the IBA Power Cup. Let's talk about Liquid on the upswing right here.
Didn't win it.
They
Didn't
lost.
win.
Oh, it's
They
close.
lost.
Not winning it.
So
They did great.
not so motivational, but I guess that's fuel for the fire. They want to get back on the horse as a
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Brought it back there. But yeah, no, Liquid having a bit of a rough go in terms of actually closing out the tournament. But then again, they did go down to Energy, which has kind of been the hottest team together with Liquid in Pro League so far. So it should be pretty interesting to see how they kind of bounce back from that, because it has kind of been the calling card for Liquid whenever we've seen them play, is that they've been so consistent. They haven't really had any slip-ups with new lineups. And you mentioned the fact that they kind of hit the ground running with NAF coming into the team, but even before that, they didn't really have many weeks to practice with Steel either. So extremely new roster, just hadn't had any hiccups up to this point, and this would probably be the first one.
I feel like we're about to see Liquid after this sort of like honeymoon period we often talk about as analysts within Counter-Strike. Like when you first bring together a team, the motivation is high, you change a player, and you have to show everyone in the world that this team is going to compete and this is going to be the best teams, and there's a reason why we did change that player, and that's what you see sometimes with this honeymoon period. But I think what we've been seeing from Liquid ever since Katowice basically is, at least their online plays, it hasn't been as great. The Netfly hasn't been on the same level. Elise has been nowhere near himself. The entire team just hasn't looked as convincing as we did before that. So I think we're kindly moving out towards the outer period, out of the honeymoon period. And now we get to see what Liquid is really made of. And this is one of the games that defines that, this is a 2-0 for Liquid. If not, then we're seeing a Liquid who is a little bit struggling for the moment.
Well, 1-2-0 that we could talk about with this team Liquid would have been over SK pretty handedly, honestly. We could take a look at some of the highlights from that matchup right about now. SK, of course.
Absolutely would have been. I guess to be mentioned, one of the reasons why SK forfeited was because they were in Europe at the time. So it might have been a Liquid win regardless, considering the uneven playing circumstances they would have had there. But yeah, it definitely would have been like nice to see Liquid kind of being tested early on in the season. But they did go up against Cloud9, did manage to bring it back. You see the 19-16 win there they had on Inferno after being down something like 15-8 at one point. So they've definitely been put, to the test at certain points of the season so far. Now, I think the schedule kind of even ramps up even more because they still have to face teams like Luminosity, teams like Energy, and so forth.
And that's the important thing to mention about this. We already see them play against SK and Cloud9, so no matter how big of this struggle period they may or may not enter, they're still pretty safe of making the playoff because they already did do the hard part, as you said, beating SK 2-0, or at least showing up to win 2-0.
Showed up.
And for Cloud9 winning against them 2-0, that pretty much determined their whole season, and that it will require a miracle and a historically bad period for Liquid to miss the playoff for this now. So they can sit down, relax, maybe figure out and try some stuff in these games, they might not would have been able to if they hadn't got off to such a good start.
Well, Luminosity and Liquid is the stage. That is the matchup we have in front of us. Now, Luminosity, a team that we could say is one of those fringe teams now at this point, that maybe they make it, maybe they don't. But, it's all dependent on a lot of different things over there. Of course, Yell would be one of the players to look out for in terms of Luminosity. Talk to me a little bit about the squad, guys.
I mean, obviously, Yell has been the standout player for them so far. And the worrying thing for me is the fact that they've had kind of up and down results so far, even though Yell has been putting in performances pretty much every single Pro League game to the point of the season. It's been more lackluster from the other. It's been varying in terms of who actually shows up. PKL, we haven't seen anywhere near the kind of level that we expected out of him, seeing how he was kind of one of the linchpins for that squad in the previous seasons of Pro League. I don't think we've really seen the best of Cello either up to this point. And even though we've had rounds, from both Neckies and Showtime especially whenever they play Cobble, it's been too far between, really. And that's why we've seen them split a fair few maps, going 1-on-1. They split maps versus Rogue last week, which is definitely not something that they want to do if they want to vie for that top 6 spots.
Mm-hmm. Especially Cello. I feel like we can justify being a little bit disappointed in his start to this Pro League season because he finished last season so well, especially at the Pro League finals in Odense, where he was their best player and one of the best players in the entire tournament, at least group state-wise. And that was a little bit unexpected. We didn't knew that he had such a top level, and it seems like he's struggling a little bit to refine that top level after the break. So I expect a little bit more from Cello, and now would be the time during the season, to start playing up to your normal level in sense, and actually, judge whatever. He's actually just a one-time pony, or he actually is here to play and maybe be one of the prospects for SK lineup or an Immortals lineup in the future.
Well, no one likes a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
That's just the way
like
it is.
Trace, right?
Yeah, just wow. All right, coming in hot. And that's completely okay. We can take a look at some of the numbers there from Yell, though. I did tell you that he would be a player to look out for. And, well, that doesn't necessarily change at all. Yell is a player that, certainly could be the decider here. He could be the make or break within this Luminosity.
Especially considering that Nitro now is the upsetting AVP player he goes up against. This is not a guy who's notoriously known for being the AVP player, whereas Yell is based around his AVP, and he's been playing with that gun for forever. Nitro is a little bit different. He's more like a dynamic player, can play the rifle, can play the AVP when needed, and I'm interested to see how much we're going to see that, especially now that we know that the first map is going to be Overpass, a map that is notoriously known for being great for Overpass, because you can shut down a lot of space and basically on the CT side be very effective with the AVP. So we've got to see Nitro actually step up his game against a guy like Yell, who's known as well also for being good on the T side, with his aggressive peaks and the way he plays. So I think we're going to have a lot of AVP duels in this one, and it's going to be up to whoever wins that one who is giving the team the advantage in that sense.
Yeah, and you can see in the games versus Energy that Liquid ended up losing on Overpass. One of the things they really struggled with, as we saw, in the lead up to the hot match coming up after this, it was Zerk, getting aggressive with the off and actually creating a ton of havoc with the Liquid lineup. If they can contain Yell, we've seen that Yell can go off. He's done it multiple times this season already. That could be enough to kind of stem the tide, especially when Luminosity are playing CT side. So I think that's going to be a really big focal point for Liquid to kind of figure out how they're going to deal with, how they're going to approach getting map control and so on. To kind of negate the fact that they don't have a dedicated opper.
Well, I do like this conversation about the AWP, right? Because we've talked about it multiple times. Combat opping is the way to go. It just really is. Get in the face, get aggressive, and sort of bring that sort of intensity to your opponent. And I feel like in this matchup, it's going to be more of a one-sided showing when it comes to that style of op.
Maybe, and that's the thing we don't know about Nitro yet, because we don't know how to define him as an AVP player yet. We saw Liquid play against Na'Vi on Overpass. I can't remember what tournament it was. It's some time ago.
Starladder maybe?
Starladder maybe, yeah. I think it was Starladder, where Nitro was having one hell of a game. I think he dropped 34 frags or something on Overpass and still ended up losing to Navi. So he showed that he can actually be capable of being that upfront AVP player, especially on the CT side. We're going to see a lot of executes. We're going to see a lot of like close combat fights that you talked about, and it's very important for the AVP player both to be able to have the long distance duels, just like Guardian is known for, but also the close ones, you know, like Fallen, jumping around and just doing some sick stuff. And that's where Nitro is trying to find his balance as an AVP player. What is he actually capable of doing, and what should he focus more on towards being more like a supportive AVP player, or is he actually good enough to just take over the game with AVP and just, you know, make the other guys cater to him? And I don't think Liquid have found that balance yet, and that's something they're going to figure out in games like these.
Yeah. Games like these where, of course, Luminosity being on the other side of the equation. Going into Overpass, that's going to be our first matchup. Guys, I have to ask you where you stand. I have to get your predictions. It's in the contracts. We have to have that. So.
Yeah, no, I'm going to side with Liquid on this one. I think they are the better Overpass team in general, and they also have a pretty good track record when going up against Luminosity. Obviously, new look Liquid in that sense, but I still think they should have more than enough to deal with Luminosity here.
Yeah, I'll side with Team Liquid as well. I think the firepower of Twist, Elish, and Nefly is going to be too much to handle for LG as well. We haven't seen Cello step up at all yet, I'd say. So unless he comes in and actually brings his A game, then I think it's going to be too much for LG.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much. You could be right. You could be wrong.
I'm normally right.
Okay, well, that sounds like the Dane in you. All right, let's go ahead and bring in these guys. They talk a lot, and for a good purpose. They are going to be bringing you the action. We do have Harry and Moses. Guys, are you just ecstatic for a little bit of Liquid versus Luminosity?
I'm actually pumped. I think this is. I think Luminosity's been a pleasant surprise. Liquid obviously is showing some weakness in the Overpower tournament. I'm not going to hold that against them though. When you're a team like Liquid and you've had all these tournaments, I think an event like Overpower Cup kind of turns into more practice than anything. You know, just some extra time in the server together, really.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd have to agree. You know, they've looked so good on LAN, right? And that's where the results really matter. And you know, while it would have been nice, I think the prize pool for that first place was like $10,000. Would have been nice to take that, you know, but...
yeah, absolutely, but it just seemed like if you look at like some of their map vetoes and everything, it just looked like they were just kind of testing some of the waters and some of the things they've learned on new maps. So, yeah, won't hold that against them in the least, considering their recent run of form at the tournaments. But here we are live on the Bistron. Team Liquid going to start on this T side on the offense. Looked like with the bomb position outside of Monster right to start. This is a dedicated hit towards the B bomb site. This boost. PKL is going to drop it, but actually Nekis is still there, and there's PKL with a nice headshot. He gets goosed back, but the damage is done.
Yeah, they are going to find it Cello first, though, and that's the bomb going down. Naf going to be in with another. Wants to try and make it two. He's going to get away with that entirely for free. PKL isn't able to trade here from his position. Now has Yell rotated in to try and help out, but it's a 2 versus 4. They have got the kit to work with. That was retrieved, but already Yell's going to fall, and Naf is feeling it right now in this pistol round. That is 4 kills, and that's pretty scary if you're Luminosity.
Yeah, that was not bad from Naf at all. Very impressive stuff. Great shots with the Glock. I mean, pretty much instant shots to the head and then cleans them up afterwards. So really nicely done. There was that one player in the bomb site for Luminosity baiting over at Toxic Barrels, and I thought that boost might have pulled enough attention away, but it didn't. Liquid being very, very aware of what's going on, very focused in clearing out all the different corners. So second round now coming in, AK-47's UMPs on the terrorist side. It is investment from Luminosity. Deagle, some CZs, but Naf again, instant headshot. He said it, he's feeling it to start at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, that's scary. You know, you don't want Naf to start to build up confidence early on. It seems already like he's coming to the server with just buckets of it. So, that's a man advantage taken early on. That'll be handed to them. Luminosity in response to this. They've got 2 players aggressively down through short. And you hope this is trying to negate this this pressure from Twists down here in Connector. As well as that, Cello lies in wait over here towards Toilet. So they have to be pretty careful as they start to walk his way. Neck is inside the bomb site, peeking over into Long. Has spotted a man there. That's going to be Naf. Cello's going to win 1 out down in mid. But now this push looks to come through. They've thrown in the smokes to go ahead and nullify the position of Neckers. Molotov prevents him from pushing any further forward. He's going to get spotted out and dropped by Nitro, leaving this now on PKL and Showtime. 2 versus 4. And maybe if Showtime can find something here, they're not done just yet. Although he has been spotted, they know where he is. And he is going to get chipped on down.
Obviously, no real chance of them winning this. PKL is already just set up to try and grab a UMP or an AK-47 on the exit. Showtime's been forced away with about half health. And Liquid gonna get 2 rounds relatively easily, all things considered. And even avoiding PKL's position, although Steel's flirting with danger with that bomb timer getting very, very close, but he's going to be able to get away. It's only Nitro who's on the hunt. He's got the UMP, the only SMG remaining. Why not try and go find some of that bonus money? Not going to happen, though. Not too dedicated. And he's going to be content with his double kill and just staying alive. This should be a bit easier. Yelnek is Cello, obviously not able to invest into this, not able to buy up in any way.
Yeah, they're just going to have those there's 2 CZs that they carried forward, hoping to try and do a bit of damage in this round. And while Twist, he's hoping he can farm up some money with that UMP. Wasn't really given a chance to in the previous, but there's definitely an opportunity for that now. And as kind of the... oh, they fixed the Luminosity logo. Thank God. I was having a mini seizure from that thing flashing at me.
I didn't even notice it.
Oh, didn't you, Jason? Well, let me tell you, yeah.
I'm so focused.
They had... a very understated minimalist, you know, the logo you get when like a file isn't recognized? It was that, but just flashing profusely.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really messing me up. So some order has been restored. And, well, we've got a bit of a stack from Luminosity over here towards long. They have got one of those 2 CZs here, along with a whole bunch of USPs and a flash to try and find NAF.
This could actually be dangerous if Naf gets caught, although now that he's spotted one out, it really reduces that. Nade could actually get the kill, and it will. There goes Cello. Still some more players in there. Molotov, though, is going to deny any kind of peek from bathrooms, and now they've managed it well. Clearing things out, although 2 kills for Showtime, and he's got an AK-47. Last player left, so Liquid's got to be careful they don't take too many losses and add 1 more to it as Twist goes down with the SMG. Would have loved to have been able to trade that out, and he's actually got armor. He can actually do this if the timing is with him, but it looks like a Liege will be able to get there, does the damage, doesn't complete the kill, but Steel's on the other side waiting. But a good round for Showtime overall, as they put a dent into that growing economy from Team Liquid, and now we get the guns out. Now we can have the AWP on Yell. He has no armor, just 1 flashbang, so he's going to be pretty susceptible, all things considered, to utility, to spam. So he's going to have to be careful with his positioning in this round at the very least.
Yeah, he's kind of been the man that we've highlighted on this roster to really step up. And I think Luminosity are definitely a promising roster. There's been, you know, kind of a real resurgence from a lot of these other Brazilian teams. If you recall now, Team 1 also doing quite well. But, you know, just those kind of bigging them up.
They had the one upset, right? They beat Cloud9 and the BO3 in China.
Yeah.
I think that's all they've got to their name, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I recall correctly, they... No, actually, no, they didn't qualify for ECS. Never mind, but they did well there.
I think, the NTC team, the former, that core that was part of Immortals also just lost to, I forget the team name, which should tell you all it is to know about Sydney qualifiers. So, yeah, Brazilian Counter-Strike not looking as strong as it has in the past, but certainly some dangerous squads. Still teams you can't just look over and bypass, can you?
No, not one bit. And scary thing is like, you know, you can never just count on them being down and out. Like, there's always, you know, they always just kind of spring back if they start to have a downturn. And that's the case for a lot of these Brazilian teams, I find. But they're gonna be tested now as Liquid set up for this A play, waiting in the smoke. That's Cello and that nade. He is gonna eat it, but he's up close and he's able to go and find the first. He goes pushing through. We'll come to regret that. Quick trades come through. Yell's still here, but a missed shot allows Nitro to find himself a second. Showtime has arrived, though. And this is his curtain call. Lee's is quick to trade, leaving it all on the back of Neckers. 1 versus 2, and Steel is there to find him, no problem. I think we're going to be with the 4th round. They aren't able to find the AWP, which is a little bit devastating, but...
They're going to be happy with it, with just taking the win as well. Great trades entering the bomb site. Really good teamwork as well out towards long A. During that hit, one player watching the smoke, when they realize the spam is coming through and the player's gotten 1 kill, they know it's possible the next move is going to be to jump through it. So Elige actually keeps his spacing, stays far back, waits for it while the other player spams into the smoke. So he's able to catch him off guard, countering that play pretty well, all things considered, to minimize the losses. A very fast 4-0 coming out.
Yeah, Luminosity, they're going to really start to feel the heat at this point. Like they're onto the eco once again. This allows Liquid to keep building up that money. It's kind of crucial they find a couple of kills here, or else they will find themselves in a bit of a tricky situation if this Liquid economy starts to get out of hand. Now down here in mid, 3 players for Liquid reside. Yep. Ooh. That's pretty scary. Gonna get tagged. 48 HP. Hasn't given anything up just yet, and has players alongside to help one out.
Liquid's doing a really good job of taking this patiently, though. Look at the damage they've done. The spam onto Cello and nade onto Yell, I believe. Or might have been reversed. One or the other, but definitely not falling asleep during this round, making sure they clear everything out. 45 seconds left on the clock, and Elige turning the corner might be able to get an easy one. There's one close up. Showtime was about to round it. Awkward timing for him, and now Naf just pre-firing. And even though PKL's got one, that's over towards the B-bomb side. He's even salvaged an AK-47. There shouldn't be a whole lot of danger in this. Nekez gets one tag, but can't complete Nitro. And there's Yell getting taken down as well. So PKL's rotating over, but he's got everything to do. 1 versus 4, but he's in position. He can cause some damage here. 20 seconds left. There's the first turn of the corner. Misses the initial shots. Does complete the kill. Liquid overrun him. 5-0. And Naf is 11-2 early on. Twist is 0-5. Not that it matters when you have a teammate playing the way Naf is at the moment.
Yeah, you kind of love to see it. 11-2, as you say. Just tearing Luminosity apart. You know, I mean, you can kind of understand maybe taking things a bit easy in the iBuy Power Spring Invitation, I believe is the name of the event. But, you know, here they want to try and keep the undefeated streak going. They're going to start to push in. Just being onside very quickly. Nekez and Showtime, they have gone ahead and found damage. Now, they are both going to fall, but they've bought more than enough time. PKL's already here. He was playing inside the site early on, and Steel's got no idea. PKL finds one and the second. That's nice and easy. They keep 3 players alive as well. And just like that, Luminosity are going to be in with their first round.
Feels like Liquid tried to pull a fast one on him and catch him off guard, not prepared for just a heavy B rush. But the tough part about it is they do that at 5-0 when the losing bonus for Luminosity just gets to its maximum. So they're going against a team that has all of their grenades, that has all the Molotovs, the smokes, the flashbangs. Things that can slow down that kind of a hit and ensure that it's not successful to begin with. That kind of a play, you really need to get the damage done early. Elige and Twist running through flames. Yell's going to back off, but Elige isn't ready for that positioning from Cello. And now he's going to try and get away. He's going to try and sneak back through the smoke, but he's not able to do it. They're spamming through right beneath Twist. That's a great shot. He's on the board finally, but a follow-up in the stairs. And there's the op from Yell chiming out. These faster pace that Liquid has brought out in these past 2 rounds has not been successful. And this is a round that is going to allow a lot of money to build up behind Luminosity, make it a tough grind for Team Liquid moving forward, as they might not even be able to purchase into the next one.
Yeah, I don't think Steel is going to be ready for Nekez still down here in B. Yeah, it feels like, you know, Liquid trying to get the steamroll going early on over Luminosity. Just going to, you know, look to try and go for these fast, confident rounds. And, of course, Luminosity are a team you can't get too comfortable against, because they do definitely have the skill between them to punish you in those sorts of rounds, and that's exactly what they did there down in mid. So a second round out for Luminosity. Have yet to really see Yell get too much done on the AWP, but he will have a chance soon enough, you'd imagine. Liquid starting off over here towards this B-bomb. It's like PKL's jump peeking for the information. Spots 2 players running up short, and now the pressure is going to be on for this defense. Nekez, they line up for him. He's able to go ahead and drop himself too, but he's not content with that. Wants to try and get a little bit more done. And he will. He's going to finish it off with the hat-trick. Luminosity onto a 3rd round. And they keep that one pretty clean.
They've had a great sequence of rounds, Luminosity. A lot of players surviving in these 3 wins that they've brought out. I think it's only been 5 kills total across all 3 of them. So you can see the money is just complete role reversal. It's Liquid who buy out to the extent that they can. And it's Luminosity are sitting with, you know, pretty much at least 2,500 in the bank on Showtime, but all the way up to 7,200 for Yell, the opper. So that's going to feel quite nice for a team that went down 0-5. And naturally, we should see Team Liquid slow down the pace, be a little bit more calculated, a little bit more map control come out before they dedicate themselves. And the first obstacle they'll have that faces them is this stairs control from Luminosity. They've got the op here, and they've got Cello to back them up with the M4.
It's a return to a more slow default coming in from Liquid. The aggression in the previous couple hasn't really worked for them. Done a good job this round of forcing Cello and the rest of Luminosity out of mid. Steel, in the meantime, he's gained a lot of ground here towards this B-bomb site. There is Nekker's lies in wait. It's Showtime to spot him out, and Steel's actually been tagged down low. They're going to start to push into this, and Steel is in danger of going down. Nekker's going to be there to retrieve the man advantage for Luminosity, and this rotation from Liquid now looking like it could get punished. There's still utility left on these players inside of B. Smoke's gone down for sure. Lige, though, he's found an opener. He has been able to find Nekker's. Twist's going to go ahead and find Showtime. Yell's come rotating in, but the bomb will go down for Liquid. They're going to be a man up in the after plant.
Yeah, they have good positions as well. Yell spots the head of one. Not able to complete that. It's a Lige in water. And he holds the critical juncture to stop this retake. Peering up top right now. He's got plenty of teammates as well to watch. The choke point to Nitro swings out. That's a big kill to get. 2 on 3 now, but Cello chiming in. And PKL's flank has just taken a little bit too long. Now they're aware of the possibility. All eyes on the flank. Molotov is out. I don't think he wants to go for it. He's hoping someone peeks into this, but yeah, he wants to back away slowly. Maybe take some of the guns away, as Liquid haven't been able to build up money on this T side. And Liquid's just going to push forward to salvage the AWP. So they're back on the board. Nice play from Steel. Even though he doesn't get any kill, he kind of calls out to his team how much space he's being given, how little presence there actually is at this B-bomb site. And even when they eventually eliminate him, the rotations they do inside the bomb site, just as those two players, makes it so difficult for them to actually watch Monster. They were setting up to do a pop flash, I think, out towards the sandbags, as they knew there was at least one player there, and they kind of get caught from the other angle. So, 3-2-6. CL's still on that AWP. This time, the stairs aggression is going to be slowed down by the Molotov. It's quiet across the map to begin.
Once again, focus going to be coming in over in middle, but Yell and Cello this time, they've taken aggression down into connector. Yell's able to go ahead and peek out, finds that first. Lige wasn't able to trade. Now Cello has been eliminated in the backline. This is going to leave Yell to fight for his life, although he's got no problem with that. He goes ahead and gets out of there just as the remaining two players start to push down into connector. Steel almost catches him off guard, but Yell still fighting here. Manages to stay alive, gets the hell out of connector, and that will be things kept even. That's pretty massive. He's able to escape with his life there, despite having 3 players converging onto him like that.
Yeah, the 2 of them didn't want to push down through the smoke, and the 3rd player wasn't there in time to box him in. Now this is an aggressive play. Showtime, they line up for him. As he turns the corner, it's just Steel. 1 versus 3. Doesn't take any damage from that nade somehow. For him, at this point, it's got to be take some guns away, at least get 2, but he's not even able to get the first. He had an opportunity a couple seconds before Showtime could respond, and that gets shut down. And it looks like back to the save will go for Team Liquid. It's Twist who has money for an AK and some kind of utility, but 3 players below 2,000 doesn't bode well, and actually they are just going to go for it. There's the AK, there's the UMP on Nitro, and CZs and Deagles bought on the other players as well. So 6-4. Aggressive purchasing coming in for Team Liquid. 5 rounds left in the half. They'll have to be much more aggressive and they'll have to take a bigger risk here. Look at the utility they have. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and a Molotov. They can't just sit around and take map control. They have to just make a decision and hit the bomb site. Maybe let the AK-47 lead the way. It's the UMP. 2 players out towards long for Luminosity. I think Liquid, it'll be interesting to see when they catch on to what defense is being played. When do they catch on to the fact they could be getting flanked? There could be players over at long. It's a good fight to take, and I think Nitro actually jumped up on a teammate, but Yell is now peering back into that bomb site, but he misses a shot, and now he gets away.
Yeah, they have succeeded in fomenting some chaos here inside of this A bomb site. The bomb's down, and Naf's going to go ahead and find himself a double. Into a 3-on-3, all on the back of Naf. Twist has 2 players to consider over here at long. Spots the shadow of 1, but Naf's going to beat him to it. Naf's still up. Naf's on 3. He's not done it just yet. Wants to try and be the hero of this round, and now he has to be. 1 versus 2. On for the ace, but PKL's going to find him.
No time left for the bomb, though.
So Naf's gone ahead and done it.
Yeah, that's a brilliant round from Naf. I was wondering when the AK was going to get involved. Ooh, even one more player dying for Luminosity right at the end. What an aggressive buy to win for Team Liquid. That's really well done how they played that. Naf, especially with the AK-47. You could see as well, Twist is the one who bought it. Probably did something like hit tab, and he's like, all right, well, Naf's got 12 kills. We'll just pass it off to him because he's the one making things happen. No one else has really shown up for Liquid, so Herculean performance from Naf in this first half. And that's got to be a tough pill to swallow if you're Luminosity, although they have the better buy still. They have, ever since 5-0, they've gained control of the economy at that point, and they haven't let it go.
Yeah, that's a pretty disheartening buy if you're Liquid, but, you know, obviously no one's surviving. They only had the money on Naf as he was dropped over in that previous round. This time Liquid, they're stacking up outside of B. They have control of Connector. And you also have Naf waiting to see if any aggression comes through mid. Now, there won't be any. Instead, it's Yell watching from toilets to try and keep a hold of Luminosity's presence down here in mid. But they already start to expect something. There's 3 players here inside of this B-bomb site, and this 3-man hold has been so good for Luminosity. And we still have a little bit of utility. PKL here with an Incendiary can help slow down the push.
The crazy thing about this hit is when it comes in with the 4 UMPs, it's just got to be constant progress from Team Liquid. Those UMPs have to make a lot of space. Neck is going to turn. Counter flash works out perfectly for Luminosity. 2 players focusing on Monster. They're going to get it done at least initially. Now it's just PKL for the moment. Cello and Yell on the way over, but he's all alone, and they haven't cleared him out. They're allowing him a lot of time to sit in this position. The timing's not with him. Nitro turns the corner just as PKL looks away. Bomb is going to go down in a tough spot for Yell with that AWP, although he is going to bird the planter alive into a 2-on-2. Very tense situation for Team Liquid. And actually a lot of damage coming out onto Naf, but he gets the headshot. Bomb needs to go down, and it is at the moment. Nitro holding him off, and Cello now going to push forward, trying to find the timing. 4 HP, and he gets cleaned out. That is a tough, scrappy round for Liquid to win, but that's going to set him up nicely to close this out with a very strong T-half. 8-4, and Luminosity has a decision to make.
And once again, I mean, Naf, he might have only got 1 kill in that round, but the 1 kill he gets is so impactful. It was the shot up onto Yell in heaven. And had he not landed that, I mean, there was only, what, 8 seconds left as that bomb goes down. If Yell's able to drop the bomb planter one more time, that would have been a very different round. So,
or just deny him getting to the bomb, right?
Yeah. Another big hero play coming in from Naf. He's been no stranger to them. Now, Luminosity said they had a big choice to make. They've gone for the eco.
Yeah, they're sitting at that amount of money where it feels like they could have a decent buy in the next round as long as they don't force. So I like this call out of them to be more conservative. You have 1 more really strong buy to get around on the board. If you force here, you are essentially you're just forcing for the rest of the half. So this allows you to get, you know, maybe 2 rounds with rifles. Great taps from Showtime. And Steele's going to make his move. He's been doing this throughout the half. When he feels the opportunity, start clearing out the B bomb site. Fortunately, his teammates over towards A now have to clear out Cello, and that was actually easier than I expected. And now Showtime, a new position. He's the next up, and he's going to get taken out by an awkward peek. And actually, Nekus has gone undetected at sandbags. Only with a USP, though, not a whole lot of chance that he's going to be able to do massive damage to this Team Liquid. And they might just commit to A as it is, as Steele kind of goes to clear out Bank, which he does.
Yeah, and I mean, Neck is 1v4 the USP. I'm normally quite optimistic in these sorts of situations, Jason, but this is one that I don't see coming into fruition. Although maybe he's going to be able to find this. That is Steele down, but that's it. He's just going to go ahead and save. Wants to go ahead and get out of there with this. Now, there is Twists flanking around, and he's weary. The players are going to come knocking. He knows they're going to have enough money to buy in the next round, so anything he can find with the UMP is all just that much more in the way of utility. It also keeps Liquid modest.
But nice for him to get an AK-47. He's going to have a rifle this round anyway, so it's not the biggest of deals. This is just actually craziness to look at the half that Naf is putting in. 16-7. Remember, he also had that 4 kill on the pistol. And he is, you know, Nitro's starting to catch up to him a little bit, but other than that, he's light years ahead of his teammates. Huge performance from him. Showtime and PKL both at 12, so not too bad, all things considered, with 4 rounds. Playing against 9 for Luminosity. Another round they have an AWP and Yell. Hence that nade is great. Elige down to 56. Nitro gets chipped down as well. Really nice timing on the utility, and Yell now an AWP deep in towards Monster. The danger of this is the timing of when he decides to slide out. Would Liquid be ready for it? Also, if they do go for a hit towards the B bomb site, there is the M4 on neck is ready to swing out wide.
Oh, but that is not what you want to see. PKL's already been found in with the spam. And on the back of that, Liquid, they've taken a man advantage. Now there's only 3 players here. Showtime's going to get tagged down that much more. They need to stay away from these spam spots because they are being chipped down low. Now, luckily enough, Yell is there to find an equalizer over here at Monster. Now they go ahead and smoke it off. And that, I mean, it already could be enough now to try and, you know, really dissuade Liquid from going for this.
There's enough time for them to rotate back towards A and kind of adjust the point of their attack, but because they've never had presence there, they don't want to go through the painful process of clearing everything. They want to take the risk. So they pause a little bit to hope that someone is going to rotate away. It doesn't happen, though. This is going to be a staunch defense that Liquid goes up against, and there's Showtime with 1. But Naf and Nitro respond. Yell with the reload time, the no-scope, and it's Twist versus Cello. 1 versus 1. At least initially, Twist thinks he's coming from a completely different angle. He's got to be careful. He swings out wide, the smoke clears, and he's out in the open. Twist just never had the read, thought it was elsewhere. But it's going to have to be another scrappy buy for Luminosity as Cello picks up the AWP, but they invested everything they had into this round. Not going to have much for the next one. I think he's looking for a kit. Or nades. Or anything, really. That's how scrappy of a buy next round will be.
I mean, I really love that from Yell. Like, how does he even stay alive that long to find this second shot? I think it was the second at least. It's just this, the moment of panic from Nitro. But yeah, no, a bit of a hero play there. Luminosity in with the 5th round. The buy comes in for both teams. It is the last of the half, and it's a pretty decent buy for Luminosity. Now, I think that was a team knife in at the beginning.
Just a love tap. Just a love tap.
Oh, did Naf just get one back? Or was that a nade? I think that was a nade.
Yeah, it's a nade. It's that popular position that we've started seeing nades being thrown at. Aggression from Luminosity. The whole round could lie on this play, and it works out in the favor of Luminosity. And that, as I said, might have just sealed it. It was a 5-on-3 or 5-on-2 just a second ago, and now a 5-on-1. Sealed the only one left. And Liquid never really had a whole lot of success forcing back some of the aggression that Luminosity came out with towards Picnic. All the blue dots converging on Steel, slowly but surely. So many different angles to clear, and he's never going to get a clean fight. Although, as I say that, a brilliant headshot onto Showtime, getting flanked out, finds another one, needs to be aware, and he is, almost transfers over. He almost made me eat my words. 6-9 in the favor of Team Liquid after a backed by a monstrous performance from Naf, and without him, outside of Naf, it almost feels like Luminosity had the better half.
Yeah, you know, you really have to kind of start to feel that way. And to top things off, the scary thing here, right, is that Showtime was looking good, and Yell kind of had a bit of a shaky start, you know, some uncharacteristic misses from him. But towards the end, he definitely started to feel it more, and that's kind of scary because now you have 2 of the big players, right, on Luminosity starting to step up, and then you look over at Liquid and you only have Naf. You know, like, while it was a monstrous performance from him, I'm sure it's going to be reflected. Yeah, him and actually Nitro finding some success there towards the end, but mainly it was Naf. It's pretty scary, right? Because then you kind of feel like maybe now on the CT side, it's going to be a lot easier just to kind of dodge the impact that Naf was having.
Yeah, it can be well, maybe not very easy, but it can be easier to kind of avoid the hot hand, can it? 98 AR, Showtime, and PKL, that's very nice. I think the big thing is going to be someone else from Team Liquid is going to have to start stepping up. I mean, certainly on the CT side, as you said, you're going to have to be naturally spread out. You're going to have rounds where guys like Twist and Elige and Steel have to hold their own, and they've done it, so let's not set off the alarms from a slow start too early. We'll see if they can recover. Freeze time counting down as we go live into the second half pistol. Team Liquid taking both pistols would be a big help for them to take Overpass. And a 9-6 lead, that pistol will be a great advantage. Aggression from Naf and Elige to start, although Naf rotates back pretty quick, so it's Elige who will at least get a spot early on, and he's actually going to continue pushing. Twist has gotten to a position, and there's Nitro trying to bait for him, and he gets taken down completely. That is not ideal. He did not want to fall in that position. I don't know if Elige has been spotted. It actually looks like he has. He goes for more, and he gets dropped. So 2 free kills, essentially no setups for trades from Team Liquid, and 2 very quick kills for Luminosity. 1 minute and 20 seconds left with a 2-man disadvantage.
Yeah, now we saw Naf was really the man of the hour for Liquid in this first pistol round. He's going to have to be all that and more here in this one. Him at Steel and Twists.
It's not even up to him, is it? If they just go to this, it's a stack towards the B bomb site for Liquid. So if they go A, pistol round is essentially just over for Team Liquid. So not any good ways to get back into these kinds of rounds. You kind of flip a coin in your head. At the moment, Liquid has the wrong one. Cello's going to go scout out, see what presence he can find here. It shouldn't move anyone, but at some point they're going to have to get kills. And finally, Twist gets it, but Naf has been shot in the face. So he's down to 17 HP. This is going to be a pistol for Luminosity. It'll be 7-9. This is a near impossible round to lose.
Yeah, and that's going to now progress into very impossible to lose as Liquid go ahead and save. They do manage to take the kit and the armor into the next round. If neither of these players get tagged, they will both have that free $350 upgrade, which is always nice. Because I believe it was Naf who sustained a headshot there as opposed to shot to the armor. But yeah, Luminosity picking up the pistol around here. That's pretty good for them because now they're going to be able to shot of equalizing this out pretty damn quickly in this second half. And it's getting a bit scary if you're Liquid. Because, you know, once again, no one really showing up to the party there. Perhaps some opportunities really kind of handed the way of Luminosity as well in terms of those one-on-one engagements that we saw.
I mean, the first one, I think that was just Nitro swinging out to peek Monster just to get some information, and unfortunately it was just very nice shots hit by Luminosity. Elige had pushed all the way up, and he got spotted out pretty early, and even when he goes for a repeat to just maybe try and do some damage or see how close they are, he gets taken down instantly. So, I mean, fair play to Luminosity. Some nice shots to open that up, but it seemed like a little discombobulated from Team Liquid. Elige with the Deagle. We've seen it do damage in the past, but he's going to give up his advanced position and start to fall away. And certainly he'll have to fall all the way back once that smoke clears.
Well, that time is now. Smoke's cleared and Elige on the back of it, as you say, will be ousted from mid. Luminosity taking control of long, want to try and keep the engagements at a longer range with these rifles. Neck is and Showtime here leading the way in. They're going to get control of towards through. We have that triple boost down on the B bomb site, if I'm not mistaken. Naf, in the meantime, progressing in through connector. That could be pretty big if the timing's there. If he keeps going forward, he might actually get the information as to the whereabouts of these players over at long. It could catch them unawares. Even then, PKL kind of runs the risk of going down in mid as he heads in on his lonesome. But that doesn't matter if everyone inside the A-bomb site will die. And they're going to get flushed out straight away. Nitro goes pushing through, but has no one there to help him. And Neckers is already out through long. So that's the man advantage found. Elige snuck out from bank. He's going to quickly retreat back in. 4v5, and really Naf is kind of the only man who can get anything done. Cello's there. Elige going to open up. Now Naf's gone ahead and found himself a Cello down in the long position. It's just Showtime, PKL, and Yell left. But Yell's on this flank, and that could catch Naf unaware. They have to move quite swiftly here. Naf's going to have the kit, luckily enough, so they are in with a shot. Smoke goes down to the bomb, but Showtime's able to find the first and a second. Trades going left and right, but Elige going to win things out with the Deeg. The defuse can come through. And there's just enough time left to get it Liquid. They will be able to take this round back as they now get themselves a 10th.
That's unreal. What a retake from Team Liquid. That kit, the 2 saves in the pistol round come back to help Team Liquid in a big, big way. Huge kill from Elish here out towards long while his teammates take care of everyone else. PKL took him too long to get that kill. And Elish with, I think, 3 fantastic deagle kills in that round. I said someone else was going to have to step up, and that's a good start in the half for Elish. Despite a tough pistol round, 10-7. Salvaged AK-47 doing work.
Yeah, Luminosity, they've just gone for the eco here. Thanks to the bomb plant, they can at least buy up into the next round. So it's not the worst case scenario. And actually, okay. The Glock and Cello going to be able to find Elish, the star of the previous round down here in mid, and that now leaves Nitro in a pretty awkward scenario. He's here. He has got Naf with him to try and help out, and that's where this crossfire comes in clutch as they find a plethora of kills down in mid. Steals there to finish things off, and that will be Liquid in within 11th. They kind of rescue what could have been a bit of a dangerous opening there in mid.
Yeah, very well could be. I mean, it's great kills from Nitro. The shoulder peeks, the pre-fire into a new angle to get that headshot. That was huge because you could see they were toying with him. They wanted to stick around in that position. They wanted him right there for as long as possible to allow their teammates coming from Fountain to be able to join the fight. So Nitro in a bit of danger for some time there, but handles it well. 4 players towards Playground. Good damage on towards Twist. As over towards the B bomb site. Perhaps some spam, perhaps a nade. Elish having some presence in danger stairs, but now going to fall away. Good kill from PKL as Steel tries to get aggressive. That was designed aggression as well. Deep smoke for them, probably a pop flash over. Just a good read from PKL.
Yeah, good read. And, well now, a new chapter here for Luminosity as they're all the way up long. 3 players here with more in tow. And there is this 2-man hold over at long, although no one playing the anti-flash. They have got the crossfire set up now. Kind of going for a bit of a bait and switch as Nitro now starts to go aggressive on the corner. He somehow finds himself too, and Elish is here. Will they see it coming? Yes, they're able to find him. So they are handed the man advantage back. Now Naf and Twist both rotating away from B. They look a little bit hesitant, and as do Luminosity, very dubious of the idea of continuing in towards this A bomb site. They're going to start to double back round. And towards toilets they go. It will be the hit onto A. They've made up their mind. 3 smokes, 2 flashbangs, everything they need to get them out into this site. 20 seconds left as well, and Naf, he is the first and only line of defense till Twists gets here on the rotate. He's playing it in the bank. They have the smokes for it. They haven't elected to smoke it off just yet, and that's going to allow Naf to peek out. He does get 1 and is allowed to cross back. There's only 6 seconds left, so the bomb plan has to come through. And it will. Now Twist's arrived, though, and it's 2 versus 2 in this retake. Bombs planted for toilets. PKL and Neckers both start to fade away. And Liquid, they have kits on both players, but no smokes. They have to get into this site quickly, and they have to try and take the duels with the defending players. PKL holding close here. Flatbeds. Wade comes through from Twist. Now Neckers 1v1 spots the bomb, and that's it. Time is gone. Liquid will forego that round. Luminosity going to be in with an 8th. And Twist, I don't think he survives here.
No, not at all. Almost able to make it happen from Team Liquid. Great play from Neckers, though. Low HP that whole time, and he just plays it safe. Plays the bomb, uses him as a teammate, and stalls Twist out for the defuse. So Luminosity, LG responding right back. All 5 players in double digits for them. On the other side, it's Twist still stuck at 9. These weird economic situations are going to benefit Luminosity in the long run, as Liquid hasn't been able to get any money going, hasn't been able to get a lot of utility, hasn't been able to have that AWP out on the board. That's one of the wild things for Luminosity is after 5-0, I mean, 10 rounds, essentially every single time Luminosity and the CT side wanted to have an AWP in Yell's hands, they did. Here's There's some more aggression. PKL handled this well last time, and this time he does it again. Opening kill on a twist. They know he's been dinked. Steel going to go finish him off. That's punishment. That's payback for the last round. Now the hit is funneled towards the stack in stairs. Elijah's here with Naf. Not clearing it that deep, and the timing almost works in Elijah's favor. Now he's attracted the attention. He's poked the bear, and they're coming for him. And Elijah just barely gets away. Gonna open the door. And, ooh, that's a good kill from Elijah. Gonna go for more. Not able to do it, but a 3-on-3. That's very nice to see how this has turned out. Steel has an AK-47 as well, so an element of danger, and Naf is going to call it over. He sees everyone go towards that B bomb site. He can go salvage one rifle out towards this position, and pretty soon Luminosity is going to be pinched from multiple angles by Team Liquid, although the Molotov is going to help out greatly.
Steel is boosted over, though, and his prying eyes. What do they spot? Neck is just ruthless.
That's so smart from Luminosity as well. They got to the bomb site, they use the utility, and they don't commit to anything. They wait for the next play from Team Liquid to really make it secure. That's a good find from Nitro. Looks like it made him reconsider going for it, and tries to get lucky again, but he's used it all up. So Luminosity now closing in. It's going to be 9-11.
Yeah, now the buys coming in for Liquid into the next round, but Luminosity, they have been looking good. There's no denying it. Only 2 players surviving. It does keep both teams' economies fairly modest. And this late in the game, I mean, you always get really, really tense around these sort of situations, right? Because either one of the teams can be reset almost instantly. I mean, in fact, it will be instant. I mean, whoever wins this round effectively gets the opposing team, sorry, onto an eco in the next.
Luminosity may be able to buy if they get a plant, but yeah, I mean, it's really vastly important for Team Liquid to get started into this half. To get, I mean, they've won some rounds, but they really need to get a decent footing. And Nitro with that AWP been pushed back, although nice spatial awareness to do it while blind to fall all the way back. And Negus is down towards 17. And Yell has at least entrapped Nitro and has forced him to fight as he tries to retreat. Can he actually get away? Awkward engagement there, and he is going to fall back into the site, but a lot of map control gained by this play from Yell. Minute and 20 seconds left, and they already are basically knocking on the door of this A bomb site. That's going to force Team Liquid to keep 3 players here, at least initially. If the timing is right on this B hit, Steel and Twist are going to be hard-pressed to hold it off.
Damn, with only 2 flashbangs, they have nothing to actually delay this play in from Luminosity when it does come through. And they've at least taken some aggression down here towards short. But they're still going to find themselves locked out of the site if all 4 Luminosity players just head in through Monster. And as you say, this all comes on the back of this map control game by Yell. I mean, with a minute and 20 seconds left, we saw him take this forward position. That has kept so many eyes here on this A bomb site. It's now the smokes and flashes start to rain into B. It's telegraphed to play. Rotation's going to come through from Liquid. All 5 players now heading into this site. Pressure's on for Luminosity. There are players over on short. Nitro resides up in the heaven.
They've got quite a flank coming in as well. Look at Yell now moving in towards the A bomb site. They're waiting for him. They're trying to buy time, and actually, he pulls off a fake of his own. And Luminosity going to go back towards B, and everyone is vacated from Team Liquid. This is a very weird round, but Yell has done it. And he's given his team a plant at the B bomb site. Doesn't find any kills. There's 1 kit on Steel. Tough part is Luminosity is boxed in. They can't play towards Sandbag, so that's going to help Liquid with the retake. They have to try and fall back and clear out Monster as well, but a lot are stuck in the site. Thankfully, there's no utility, no Molotovs or HE grenades for Team Liquid, just this 1 flashbang. Boost over coming in. Alicia's been spotted. Here comes that retake, though. Steel pushing up before being traded off. Now it's Twist's turn. He's got to follow it up, and Cello is doing work, and he's doing so much for Luminosity, and Nitro with the AWP has to fall away. They hold on in a 4 versus 5. Nekus again with low HP, playing it smart. And Luminosity's going to win the round.
Yeah, just not enough utility there in the retake, and some fantastic shots here from Cello. Really did turn the tide of battle for them. He almost gets over the 30. Actually helps PKL out onto the last man. Luminosity now 10-11, and it's a partial buy-in from Liquid into this round, but that is a pretty tough pill to swallow. Nitro has the AWP, and he's going to be boosted up here, watching the short angle. Now, no one really nearby from Luminosity. Doesn't give him much to worry about just yet. Yell's going to be tagged up over in mid, but now they know where Naf is, and Cello is posted up here to shut him down. Naf can actually turn his attention in. So Cello starts to creep further forward. He will run the risk of going down, although not going to do that just yet. Luminosity being very, very methodical here in how they force the Liquid players back. And once again, they've taken a decent bit of map control here very early on, not giving these pistols or the AWP on Nitro a chance to create any space for Liquid.
Well, Nitro still hasn't gotten involved, but at the moment, he's at the correct side of the map. How long does he stay is the question. How aggressive does he want to get? There's going to be a good amount of utility thrown at him. 2 Molotovs, 2 flashbangs, and a smoke, but he's the key. Him and Twist. Twist at this pillar can help keep some space between Nitro and the AK-47. It's only one angle he's got to worry about. Great opening shot to hit. Now going to rotate, watch the left side of this pillar. Twist doesn't need to look that way. He misses the shot, but he's got one more teammate at sandbag. Steel chimes in, and Nitro's still alive. Bomb in the sight, but it's a 1 versus 3, and Nitro's trying to stop the plan. It's not going to happen, but they've got him pinned in. Jumping out of the smoke, somehow he finds that showtime. 1 versus 2, and he's got to find the up, but Elige is there just at the right moment. It was almost possible, and again, Liquid are able to hang on and just barely keep a grasp on this lead.
Yeah, time kind of starts to become Luminosity's big enemy there in that round. They were very much forced to try and, you know, take the fights with only 15 seconds left or so as they actually get into the bomb site. And it was a good opening from Nitro, a man who, you know, kind of was the other one stepping up with Naf in that first half. Haven't really seen too much from him in the last few rounds with the AWP because he has kind of been in, you know, 1vx scenarios and has had to save it a couple of times now. I think it was back-to-back. So a chance for him to actually get to prove himself there as he helps lock in that round for Liquid. Luminosity here, they are in with a buy. They have at least a bit of utility to go with it, but already Cello has been found by Naf as he goes aggressive over in middle. That's a lot of information gained and a lot of map control taken to accompany it. Nitro in with the AWP here. In connector can be quick into the back lines of Luminosity. Outside of B, ready to execute it here. Twist is able to open up, and the flash actually disallows the trade. Now Showtime's there. The Steel answers back. PKL and Yell, all that remain. 2 versus 4 start to slide on in. It's Elige on this flank, though. He's the man to put the knife in the back. PKL will falter, and it's Yell left 1v4.
Yeah, this was an awkward round for Luminosity. Naf getting that kill up towards Fountain just really sped up the timeline, really made him feel uncomfortable. They kind of had to go because Liquid had all the information of where they were attacking. They knew there was no one else towards that side of the map, and all of a sudden, if Luminosity didn't rush that hit just a little bit, then Team Liquid would have been to rotate over and have a stacked B bomb site. But that's finally a big round for Liquid to win. 13-10. They build up money themselves, but also that was the last purchase that Luminosity really had. Now they have to sit around out, likely either force buy with pistols or just sit one out and get some rifles on board. How much faith do they have in their T side is the question they've got to ask themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Liquid haven't, you know, really looked too confident in many of these rounds. So there's always a chance that Luminosity could steal one away, but it is the big decision here. Do they go for this force, or will they attempt to get a buy-in in the next? I'm not sure they have enough to get on the back of the eco. I mean, I guess we'll find out. Oh, no, yeah, they do. They're fine. Never mind. Yeah,
I mean, they need to take this. They have a 2-round losing bonus after this. Assuming they lose, it'll be at 3. They'll be able to have a pretty strong buy, all things considered. Especially if they can get a plan, if they can somehow find their way to a bomb site. Nitro's perched up with an AWP though, and look at this, Elige is going to get aggressive. Liquid, their goal in this CT side in the later stage of this half has just been to shrink the map for Luminosity. I think Elige is aware that Neck has got in front, but he's not ready for that. Great headshot. Great frag from Nekiz. Gonna be able to salvage a rifle as well. AK-47 on him. But Elige still posted up relatively aggressively with an AWP, and Naf now rotating over. He doesn't want to slow down. He wants to go hunt down these kills. He'll get his chance. They're right around the corner. Can the timing be with them? They're slowly moving down these stairs and out of his vision. There's only one smoke, though, and oh, there's a great peek. Another one. A follow-up from Nekiz. He's made this dangerous, but Nitro's there to keep everything under control. He can't fall back, and oh, I thought he was going to run out, but the jump peek allows him to hit the ground and get the information all at the same time. I think he spots both. You could see both of Team Liquid remaining members after Nitro rotating over, and Nitro's going to call this out, heading towards T-spawn.
Yeah, this is where Steel comes in to play. And he is just going to wait, bide his time here in the corner. Nekiz and Cello come his way. Nekiz is going to check it. Nekiz is on a tear right now. 3 kills, and he might have made this possible. Luminosity, 2 on 2. Nitro and Twists both here. Nitro holds the angle. Cello gets rid of him, and it's Twists 1v2, but he gets it done. And just like that, Liquid, and I'll be with the 14th. Although that literally comes as close as it could have got. Nekiz was really starting to feel something there towards the end.
Yeah, what a round he had, but that should definitely not have been that close. That's unreal that Luminosity is able to bring that round in their favor in such a fashion. A 2-on-1 that just barely gets stopped. They've taken a lot of money away for Team Liquid. It's perhaps one of their last remaining hopes of winning this map is if they can make this reset happen towards the end of this game at 14-10. If they can win 1 or 2 rounds, force Liquid onto pistols, close the gap, that would be huge. And all of a sudden you're striking distance. So Liquid with a blunder there. We'll have to see if it costs them. Showtime making noise. Naf gets 1 kill before being traded off. It was the player behind Showtime. It was Nekiz, and based off last round, might be the good kill to get. Now Nitro with the AWP and Elige out towards long, going to start pushing up to get aggressive.
And this long aggression is something that Luminosity have struggled with. Or, you know, and Showtime are both here to try and put a stop to it. Timing's everything there for Showtime, and sadly, it does get the better of him. That's going to allow Nitro to find the man advantage once again for Liquid. Elige starts to progress forward, and once again, Luminosity being pressured to make the play in toward B. There is a man in the back line. Nitro still looks to be weary. They could go up through connector. We don't have control here. Cello's now been able to go ahead and eliminate Twist, so suddenly the pressure falls onto Steel. He's able to hold back the first, and actually that was a team flash going in. Elige finishes things off in the back line, and Liquid, they will manage to find the 15th, the match point round there. And, you know, a lot of that kind of on the back of that team flash, it feels like, because Steel, you know, was tagged very low, could have very easily gone down there.
Yeah, he's going to be very thankful that that came in from Luminosity. He's going to give someone from LG a high five after the match. Yeah, good kill, good hold from him, but it did seem like he would be going down there no matter what. But this is what's left. A UMP on Nekiz. Other than that, it's CZs. There are full nade kits on all of Luminosity, but it's Desperation and Naf actually getting wrecked, down to 36 HP. He was over towards the B-bomb side. Looked like he was trying to get aggressive. And again, Team Liquid have not done a good job of controlling bathrooms whatsoever. They're forced back very early on. We saw this earlier with a fake that was thrown off by Yell, but at least this time they're going to re-aggress and take it back, not fall all the way into the site with such a long time left in the round.
And Spidey keep taking a fight. He's able to go out and find one. Nitro now sneaking up into the back line. This could make or break the round. He's gone ahead and dropped the bomb and a second onto Nekiz. Then they line up for Steel, and that will be it. Liquid, they managed to find this first map. They win it out 16-10. And once again, it was this time the success over in bathrooms that lead to the win in the end there.
Flanks all day for Team Liquid on the CT side is what helped them close that one out. Naf had a great first half. Nitro joined him in the second. And a lot of fight coming out of Luminosity, but not able to hold it off for the whole thing. Either way, that's a good win for Liquid on the first map of this 2-map set. When we come back from the break, we're going to hear from the analysts, and then we'll go to the second map.
out.